Assalamu alaikum, I'm Sadaan Khan and welcome to another episode of All of Your Business with Mehtab Haider Saab. S&P Global has upgraded Pakistan's sovereign credit rating from B- to B, citing progress on IMF-backed reform. Sir, how significant is this upgrade and what does it mean for Pakistan's economy?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much for having me. It's a long journey because Pakistan credit rating was deteriorated when the country was facing macroeconomic imbalances. Then Pakistan entered into a short-term arrangement under the IMF program called standby arrangement, and then Pakistan graduated it successfully after implementing it in 1 year period. Then Pakistan entered into the extended fund facility program. At that time, Pakistan's credit rating was in negative. Then it was improved in some notches. Now this is the first time that it has entered from the negative zone into a positive zone. As Standard & Poor, which is the global credit rating agency, they have upgraded Pakistan's rating from B- to B, and that is a significant development because Pakistan has recently selected the financial advisors for launching conventional Eurobond as well as Islamic denominated Sukuk bond. Now Pakistan is looking for appetite in the international market for launching $2 billion related Sukuk as well as the Eurobond. And then Panda bond is another instrument under which Pakistan will vying for tapping the Chinese market. So in this ongoing financial year, Pakistan is all set to launch $2 to $2.5 billion through launching of 3 different international bonds. And now the stage is set when there will be less risk premium of the country because the credit rating has improved, as S&P has illustrated that Pakistan has undertaken structural and other reforms under the IMF program, and they have also invested that Pakistan is all set to achieve a GDP growth target of 3.5% aligned with the IMF forecast, although the government of Pakistan has fixed the target of 4% of GDP. But overall, they have visited few weeks back, and I can tell you that the S&P team, when visited Ministry of Finance, they were quite impressed with the seriousness of Pakistani authorities, because earlier any additional Secretary of External Finance was supposed to chair a meeting and brief them, and it was the first time when Minister of Finance and all relevant ministries and their secretaries were present in that room, and S&P team appreciated the seriousness of Pakistani authorities, and it was awaiting that they are going to improve and upgrade the Pakistan's rating, and they did it yesterday, and it was expected. And now Pakistan is all set to reappear on the radar screen of international investors, probably in the first half of this ongoing financial year, in order to launch $2 billion bonds.
Right, sir. Sir, the government has convinced petrol pump owners to put their strike on hold. What should happen over the next days to prevent another standoff or strike?
They have announced a strike. They have given a strike call because it is their concern that how they are going to implement the daily changes or adjustments in the petrol prices. But and the government have given them assurances that this kind of scheme is going to be implemented as a pilot project for the first 15 days, and they are going to review it, and they have also assured them that their demand related to the margins will be forwarded to the federal cabinet through a summary. So it is hoped that in next 10 to 15 days they are going to hold another round of parleys and some kind of amicable solution will be found, because it's hard to implement adjustments on daily basis, because it's hard to fix the fares of transport or logistics from one part to another part of the country. But Minister of Petroleum has taken an initiative and engaged with the petroleum dealers, and it is hoped that some kind of amicable solution will be found and this issue will be resolved amicably.
Right, sir. So the government says anyone without a house is now eligible for the Prime Minister's subsidized housing finance scheme. Sir, do you think this program can meaningfully reduce Pakistan's housing shortage, or will affordability remain the biggest challenge?
You know, there are estimates that in Pakistan there are shortages of decent housing to the tune of 10 million. So under this Apna Ghar scheme launched by the Prime Minister of Pakistan, they have invested a target to construct around 150,000 housing units in this ongoing financial year, and Ministry of Finance has allocated a subsidy in order to absorb the cost of interest which are provided by the banks to the desired clients or customers. So it will help to promote the construction sector in Pakistan, and everyone who doesn't have any house in this country, he will be eligible to apply for this scheme up to the age of 65, and I think it will help to promote economic activities in the country, because with the construction sector 40 allied industries are attached, and Ministry of Finance has allocated a subsidy of rupees 72 billion in the budget in order to provide and absorb the cost of interest which will be borne by the Ministry of Finance with the help of this subsidy, and this loan will be provided to the housing finance at the rate of only 5%. So it will be one of the cheapest way of financing to construct the housing units in Pakistan, and it is hoped that banks are going to disburse this amount efficiently instead of creating any blockades in the way of this highly ambitious but important scheme for people of Pakistan.
Great, sir. Sir, Pakistan is set to establish its first EASA approved aircraft maintenance facility. Sir, how big is this development, and could it meaningfully reduce the country's dependence on overseas aviation services?
Of course, because you know there is a need to promote the local industry in Pakistan in order to promote aviation sector within this country. It is one of the good sign that PIA, which was recently privatized, it was purchased by the consortiums of domestic investors, because it will help them to retain the dollars in shape of selling the tickets abroad or even outside Pakistan, so that the dollars will remain within this country. So with the promotion of aviation sector, it will help to ensure a competitive environment within the country, and Pakistan is a large country. There is a need to promote the aviation sector, which can be promoted through enhanced competition.
Right, sir. Last आपकी story, sir. Despite higher tobacco tax collection, illegal cigarette sales continue to flourish. Does this show that enforcement, not taxation, is the biggest challenge?
I think in the last financial year, the tax paid sector have contributed in shape of federal excise duty and GST to the tune of rupees 329 billion. Compared to the last financial year, their contribution has increased more than 45 billion rupees in the last financial year, and their contribution mainly increased because of the enforcement action taken by the FBR, as they have deployed paramilitary forces at the green leaf threshing units, whereby the unprocessed tobacco is purchased, and that is the process where it's cleaned and made appropriate for the manufacturing units of the tobacco sector. So at the GLT level, paramilitary and rangers were deployed, and the advanced withholding tax was charged, and then FBR also launched crackdown against illicit cigarettes, and they have taken several and numerous action against the tax evaded sectors. So all these, and the third is the government has given powers to the provincial authorities, especially police and the revenue department, for launching action against unstamped cigarettes. So these three measures help the government to take stern action against tax evaded sector, and it helped the tax paying cigarettes to increase their selling, and their contribution also increased. That's why there is a need to promote this kind of action against the tax evaded segments, because it will help the tax paying cigarettes to pay more tax into the national kitty. Although smoking is injurious to health, but everyone, if he or she wants to smoke, they should smoke the tax paid cigarette instead of, although they are compromising their health,
yes,
but they are also causing loss to the national kitty, because as a responsible citizen, we should also take care of those who are paying the taxes honestly.
Right, sir.